Welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. Will Still sacked as the Southampton manager. Full reaction coming your way. All my thoughts. Where do the Saints go next? But most importantly, the community, you, the Southampton fan base, have your opportunity to have your say this evening on this channel. Get involved in the comments box below. Where do Saints go next? And was this the right decision for the football club? Well, that statement that was released this afternoon, well, I had a feeling it was coming. I had a few rumblings around 3 o'clock this afternoon that he had been sacked and was waiting for better sources, and it took a little while to come through. But football does move pretty quickly. And yesterday I was watching the director's box very, very closely throughout the game from my position in the chapel stand. I was well aware of who was in that director's box yesterday. There was no one major from Sport Republic other than Phil Parsons was there. Johannes Spores was there. Greg Baker, all in the director's box. And I kept an eye on that director's box in the second half. And actually, Parsons didn't appear in that director's box. And I thought to myself at that moment in time, has he seen enough? Is he having conversations with the people involved in the company? And I was probably absolutely right in that. I didn't report on it at the time, but I did watch it closely. I didn't see him anywhere. And I think at that moment in time, yeah, they probably made their mind up after what they'd seen in that first half. The players didn't play for Will yesterday. Massively let down, Will Still, by the people around him at the football club. Certainly the recruitment. And I said in the summer, and I went on record, and I was very, very clear in what I said, is that I felt after the season that had gone on and the amount of managers we'd gone through, we had to go with an experienced championship manager, a manager that knew this division. Yet again, the club took the hipster appointment. They took the appointment to try and be a little bit clever, to do something a little bit different. And they went with Will Still. Though I do believe, and I do know that at the time, Danny Roll was very, very much in the frame. They were very keen on Danny Roll, but to do a deal with Sheffield Wednesday was always going to be very, very difficult. They're obviously put off by the amount of money that was going to be required to get him out of his contract at the time of Sheffield Wednesday, and they went for Still. Though he did impress in his interview, from what I was told. I always thought it was a gamble. Adam Blackmore, the main correspondent down here on the South Coast, the #1 correspondent for Southampton, was very clear at the time. And he said he felt that it was very much a gamble from the football club in what was going to be a massive season. Their ambition, they come out and said they wanted to go back to the Premier League. So they've come in and they've put a man in charge that was very young, had a very good track record in France, but it was a big gig for him to come here to Southampton in the Championship, a club that had only seen two wins in the season before, that were smashed to pieces week in, week out, that recruited badly, that had a terrible track record with transfer windows, you would have to say, because they have done. And yeah, it was a big gamble from the club, but a big gamble from him, Will, as well. I think it was a big move for him, but he's come to England. His wife's been very, very unwell, and she's back at work now, and delighted to see her back at work because she's amazing at what she does. Just bought their house in the down here in the south in the South Coast in the New Forest area, I believe, and was just getting settled into life here. And it was big for him, big for her, and it was a big gig that he'd taken on. Though I felt he had some people around him, and they're still involved. Actually, they haven't departed today, because the press release that's gone out doesn't announce that Adam Lallana had been sacked. He's still involved. He is still there, as is Paul Trollope, who was working with Still. And I was told a little while ago that he was very influential in decision making in match days. How true that is, I don't know, but I was told that. They're still there. So the statement from the club, it was short, very short. Southampton Football Club can confirm that this evening parted ways with men's first team manager Will Still. Ruben Martinez, Clement Lemaire, can't pronounce his name, got no idea, And Carl Martin had also left their positions at the club, though Carl Martin might be mistaken. I couldn't see him yesterday. Had he gone before? Because I didn't see him yesterday. Men's under 21 coach Tondurk Ekkelet, how you pronounce it? Don't know how you pronounce it. Got a clue. Will take charge of the team on an interim basis. So yet again, this year we give the job to a under 21 manager. If Trollope's there, he has experience in and around. I thought he would have probably been the person to do it on an interim basis. Ultimately, the process has taken longer than any of us would have liked. This is from Johannes Bors. Believes that we need to give ourselves the best chance to turn things round and climb up the table. And they thank Will, Ruben and Carl and wish them all the best. Will still unfollowed the club immediately on Instagram. And yeah, I'm gutted for him. I'm gutted for him because I wanted him to do well. I wanted it to work out. I've said on this channel all along, I wanted it to work out for him and I wanted to see him turn it around. But the last couple of weeks, I actually think, and when you go back to it, I will get you guys involved very shortly, but I'm just going to cover as much as I want to say. When you go back to where I kind of felt he lost the dressing room, I kind of feel it was around the Hull City game. And I think after that game, he dropped Stevens, Howard Bellis. I'm not sure Flynn Downs was dropped, but there was quite a few big names that day were dropped. And I just wonder at that moment after that game, he had lost a few of the big characters in the dressing room. And look, I'm sick of the players as much as you are sick of the players. I think a lot of them have really, really let him down. You know, they got Juric out, a group in that dressing room. The captain was awarded a brand new contract for leadership this year, so he should be a leader. He was dropped for some reason, but we will probably never know why. But he was dropped from his role in the team. So they got a big decision to make now. But did he have the dressing room from the start? I've just seen that one in the comments box, and we're going to start getting you guys involved very, very shortly in the conversation below. And I'm going to start reacting to some of your comments and what you guys have to say, because this channel is all about you guys. Right, where do we start? Did he have the dressing room from the start? I always feared he had this football manager thing that followed him everywhere. It seemed to follow him absolutely everywhere. And I knew it was going to be a problem. That the minute the going got tough, it was going to be thrown down his neck. I even saw a man that was, is it Phil Champion? I don't really know much about him, but some motivator. He was outside St Mary's yesterday with a TikTok video. You know, people like him that was in the dressing room last year trying to help Simon Rusk out and motivate the players, calling out this football manager stuff. This was someone from the club that had been in there. Oh, I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. And I think people were all just going to jump on it. He'd done a really good job in France still. He did a really good job in France, and it was the wrong club at the wrong time for him. Phil Champion, ex-SAS, that's the guy. Yeah, he was just taking the piss out of Steele yesterday before a game, a big game. I didn't like it. One thing I've not done the whole of the time I've been in this position is I've never belittled him as a manager, never belittled him as a human. I wouldn't do anybody. I have been, I've been pretty, I've been supportive of him, but I think he was really struggling the last couple of weeks. Like the decisions he was making in game yesterday, it was just like he knew it was his last chance at halftime yesterday, and he literally just he went with a four at the back, but just couldn't get anything out of him. I just don't think he's got any leaders in the dressing room. I don't think he has the players, and I think whoever comes in now has to try and pull it together between now and January, where really and truly they can rectify it and sort it out and bring the right players in to give us a open house chance. Because at this moment in time, we're getting relegated. We are getting relegated from this division. I'll tell you now, because it stinks. The players stink inside the dressing room, and the club is sliding really, really quickly. They spent a lot of money on the staff, playing staff, and they spent a lot of money around the ground. Whether that's how they funded that, I don't know the ins and outs of it. But I would love to have an interview. And I'm putting it out there right now with the people at the club. I'd love to sit down with Phil Parsons. I've always had a really decent relationship with him when I've met him. I'd love to sit down with him at some stage and bring you an interview with him. They probably won't do it with me. They'll do it with the mainstream media sources. But I would love to sit down and talk to the people in charge. Finally, on Will, I'd like to thank him for his time when I interviewed him and the opportunity to sit down with him. It's the first manager of our football club that I had the opportunity to interview, and it'll be the first of many, hopefully. And I thought he was brilliant. Really, really great guy. And I got to see a side of him that a lot of people wouldn't have seen that day. And I was really honoured to do that. And I'm gutted it hasn't worked out for him. But I wish him all the best in the future. He will go on to great things and do really, really well in the game. Right. Let's get you guys involved in the conversation. What do you have to say? Who do you want to see as the next manager? I want all your reaction. Get it all involved in the comments box below. Martin O'Neill is absolutely a non-starter. What would I ask them? What would you ask them? That's the big question. If you were me and you were going in, what would you ask them? Brendan Rodgers, experienced manager. Would he come here? I think he'd be holding out for a Premier League job. I don't think he'd take the Southampton job at this moment in time. But the favourite, you're asking who is the favourite to become the next manager of Southampton Football Club. And at this moment in time, it's Russell Martin. He is the outright favourite at the bookies to become the Southampton manager. So somebody, somewhere, knows something, or there's been a load of money thrown on Russell Martin. At this moment in time, he's the favourite. Outright favourite. I've looked on all the odds checkers everywhere. He is the outright favourite. I'm just going to double check it now. 1-1. You won't get a penny on Russell Martin. Brendan Rodgers is coming at 8-1. Michael Carrick, 8-1. Ralph Hasenhüttl, his odds have gone out now, actually. They've gone out to 8-1. He was the favourite a couple of days ago. Gary O'Neill, 10-1 to become the next manager, but he is being spoke about that he would potentially become the next manager of Wolves, back to Wolves. Alex Reveal, Stevenage manager, 14-1, but the outright favourite is our ex-manager, Russell Martin. And stranger things have happened in football, haven't they? Stranger things have happened in football. I asked somebody today that had shared a story about Martin saying he's open to come back. I was like, where have you heard this? Because if it's from the source that we read this morning, it's nonsense. But she said he'd been on holiday with someone, and he'd openly said he'd be open to it. His girlfriend's a Saints fan as well. Do I see Russell Martin coming back to Southampton? Stranger things have happened. I was not sure that he fell out with a few when he left, I think. Well, he would have done. He would have been pretty pissed off. I don't think he was back properly in the summer that he was the manager going into the Premier League. I think everything was all wrong. But for me, I'm not sure Russell Martin will come back, but I think he will end up back in really, really quickly. And I think if it's at Norwich, he would do a good job there. He would do a really, really good job there. I do think he could do a good job there. But there's like a limited pool of players that you could pull in now. Of managers players you could pull in now. I think it's really difficult to know who you bring in. But would you take him back, Saints fans? Russell Martin right now. Would you take him back? Steve Cooper, an absolute no. He's got a job already. I think he's at somebody's already commented on it. He's got a job overseas, isn't he, at the moment? So, but Liam Manning is on the verge at Norwich. Russell Martin be a good fit there for them. I think I just don't see the people at the club wanting to re-employ him. So, yeah, I think if you're trying to split a fan base in two, even more so, that would absolutely split everybody right down the middle. Right. So, yeah, give me all your thoughts on that. We should run a poll on it actually on the channel. I'm going to put a poll up for the Russell Martin one. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Who do you want to see as well? I'd love to know who you want to see as the next manager. You know, like I said, I do think it's a limited pool of people. I'm not very good at doing two things at once. I can't get a poll going. Brendan Rodgers is a lot of people. Ralph Hasenhüttl. Would you take Ralph? I'm not sure he's the right man right now. To be honest, the man that they want, the number one target, is this man. From what I've been told, Frank Lampard is very much the man that I'm being told is right in the running, a man that they admire highly. And the other one is Mark Robins, very much admired inside St Mary's Stadium. I love both of them. I think they've done a brilliant job. Mark Robins, he knows this league inside out and done a brilliant job at Coventry. And he's doing a great job at Stoke City right now. Ralph Hasenhüttl knows the club inside out. Would you go back, though, Saints fans? God, it's a big decision, isn't it? It's a big decision, but whatever happens for me, no more gambling. No more fucking about. Excuse my language. I don't often swear on this channel, so apologies. No more messing about. No more hipster appointments. Get somebody with some bloody experience at this level. Let's not mess around with the future of this football club anymore. Bring in somebody that's experienced, that will command total respect from every single one of these group of players in the dressing room. Because it isn't a great group of players, in my opinion. There's some good people in there, some top individuals in there with some real heart and some real desire, and some really good young up-and-coming players. Yanda, Cienza, I like him. I still think Adam Armstrong, a really good egg. Bazunu, I think he's a good person, good player. Jack Stevens, whether he's a really good leader, I don't know him. I've never met him. But I do believe that we've got some really good players, but there's some bad eggs in that dressing room. And I'm getting angry for a reason, because I'm pissed off at what's happened at our football club. We make shit decisions constantly. Too many terrible decisions. And it's not good enough. It's not good enough. And we're playing with the club's future, because we are going to drop right out of it if we're not careful, because we are staring down the barrel of League One at this moment in time. And that is why they have made this decision, because they now need to act quickly. You know, they're talking about this under 21 manager being in the frame for the job. Do me a favour. Do me a favour. Go get some experience and bring in somebody that knows the division, that knows what it takes to win games, that knows how to be nasty, to see out games. But you have to go and get somebody that can get respect of the players. And it's going to be a tough find. Tough find. Right. Let's get some of your comments up on the screen. Martin, I don't trust this incompetent board to appoint anyone worth. Who would want to come here to sort out this shambles? As I said earlier, Will Steele was out of his depth. He needed help. We talk about the help he had. Adam Lallana, next to him, played for one of the best managers in recent Premier League history. Won medals, played at the top end of the game, knew our football club inside out. But I didn't see him get off his seat a great deal during the dugout. I didn't see it. And somebody said to me the other day, what is Lallana doing? at this moment in time. But somebody said no way. Martin is, you're talking about Russell Martin. Russell Martin's not shit. People talking about Russell Martin being shit. He did get us promoted. Had a great group of players. But the one thing I loved about him, we talk about Lallana having no experience to manage, but he's played at the top end of the game. Let's be clear with that. He's played under a top manager. A top manager in Klopp. Won medals. He's got experience. He should be a leader. You've got Trollope, been around the game. It's a group, isn't it? It's a group of people that come together to support one another. But Russell Martin, to talk about him, the one thing he did was bring leadership, and he was a good man manager. And I'll tell you what, I'll tell you now, Jack Stevens, Harwood Bellis, Flynn Downs, Wood, and probably Gavin Bazunu. Who else? Sam Adozie. I'll tell you what, they'd be going to the board saying, get him back. Because they love him. Because they loved him. As players, they loved him. Jack did. Flynn did. They would love him to be in the dressing room right now. But could he turn it round? Yeah, Joe Aribo. I'll tell you what, there'd be a lot of them. There'd be, there was talk a couple of weeks ago about a championship captain went to the board, went to the chairman, and said they weren't impressed with the manager and the coach. It had to be our club. But everyone will come back, and I think Cabbage has just mentioned it, and he's right. Once we got to the Premier League, it just didn't work, did it? With Russell, it just didn't work for loads of reasons. For loads and loads of reasons, it didn't work. Players, personnel. And somebody said to me yesterday at St Mary's, if Martin had been back like Sunderland have backed their manager, would he done a better job with it? Yeah, maybe. But it's all if, buts, and maybes. Right, what do we have? Right, let's get some of your comments up on the screen. I want to read out some of what you're saying. We are Plymouth of the South Coast. Someone said, Martin, if you was Flynn Downs, would you listen to a 32-year-old? Will still manage like Fran Lampard, who's been there, seen it and done it? Or even Carrick, you'd automatically listen. Yeah, I think you've got a really good point. Absolutely. You need somebody that's going to come in and command absolute leadership in the dressing room. Absolutely. And that's what they have to do now. That's what they have to do. There's like no if, buts, or maybes about it. You need an absolute leader. But there is a huge agenda against Russell. There is, yeah. I agree, Boyce. I agree there is. But fans would turn up their nose up to him right now. I wouldn't turn my nose up to him. I just want the right man that loves the club, that can get the best out of the players and get everybody back on side. They have to make the right appointment now. But this comment here is brilliant from Pete. The atmosphere is awful at the moment, and I wish things could change for the better. We are like the RMS Titanic in the world of football. We are an absolute basket case at this moment in time. We are. And they're paying out yet another manager again. It's just like, Johannes Spors has a lot to answer for. He really does, doesn't he? He really does have a lot to answer for. Absolute. A lot to answer for. A lot of people say Martin would be awful. Did it right last time. Talking about the under-21 manager. Seems good. If we put our trust in him, you give him a contract to the end of the season. Are you wanting to go to League One? Mate, you can't. What have we just said? You cannot gamble on somebody that seems good. Ruben Selles seemed good. The next appointment of this football club is massive. I cannot tell you how big the next appointment of this football club is. Got to be Ralph. Obvious choice. We're not good enough for possession football. We need a nasty side to gain management, and we've not seen that since he left. A proven promotion winner in Germany too. Great points. We need somebody that can get us organised. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. But I'm absolutely against the under-21 manager becoming our manager. It's a big no, no, no. Big Ange. He won't come here. No chance. No chance. Steven Gerrard. Again, a lot of people talking about Steven Gerrard. No. Would you take Steven Gerrard as the Saints manager? I wouldn't. Is he experienced at the Championship at like doggy when you need to get like he's fouled at Villa. Just not the right man. Like I really like Mark Robbins, but you got to get him out of Stoke, and he's from that neck of the woods. Is he really going to come down south? I'm not sure about that. I really appreciate you all being here, by the way. Thank you for tuning in this Sunday evening. And if you're new here and you're not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe to the Football Martin channel. The most watched Southampton fan channel around at this moment in time. Over 50,000 people have tuned in to my instant reaction video yesterday. I think it was 60,000 when I added it up this afternoon. 60,000 fans tuning in to instant reaction from this channel. Quite incredible stuff. Maurizio Pochettino just getting ready to lead his national side. He's the manager of America at this moment in time, the USA national side. He will not come back here right now. Gary O'Neill, I believe, being an ex-Pompey player, would have an uphill battle from the get-go. Absolutely not someone that would go down well within the fan base. But I don't think for 1 minute. I don't think for 1 minute. Yes, we always have the opportunity to come on shows. Absolutely. We've got a show tomorrow evening and we've got some guests on it. We're going to be talking about where next for Saints. That will be streaming tomorrow evening at around 8 p.m. Time to be confirmed. But I am going to be having a couple of regulars on this channel. And if you're at St Mary's on Saturday at the game and you want to come and have your say, please do come and have your say. And I absolutely love him. He I had the privilege of him coming on the channel, actually. One of the first ex-pros to join me on this channel. Marion Pahars would come back to our football club at any opportunity, and he would love to manage our football club. Is he the right man for the here and the now? I'm sorry, not at this moment in time, but absolutely would love to see Marion at some stage back involved at the football club, whether that's in the under 21s. But for me, Marion Pahars, not right now. Right, Roy Keane. That's an interesting one. Roy Keane's a great guy. I enjoy listening to him on Stick to Football, Sky Sports when I see him. Great guy. Roy Keane. Yeah, he wouldn't take no nonsense, but he's got his future son-in-law in the dressing room, Taylor Harwood-Bellis. Had a few interesting stories about him actually today. There's been a lot of comments actually on the channel. Do you know what? That's a name I like. I really like him. He started his career at Southampton actually, Gareth Southgate. He wouldn't take it. I don't think he'd come here for love nor money, but I really like him. I love what he did with England. Brilliant manager. And great guy. Great guy. I don't think he'd take the job here though. Robbie Savage, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think it's going to be a really interesting how it unravels. But yeah, Taylor Harwood-Bellis, I'll come back to that. So I get a lot of people write to me. A lot of people send me DMs. A lot of people find ways to contact me, or they leave comments on videos. And I love reading what people got to say. And a lot of people went down to the signing day that the club did back at the start of the year, of the season. And there was a lot of comments actually made. Way that he actually dealt with people in there, and like his attitude, they're not people are not that pleasant about him. I've not met him properly, so I'm not going to give a massive opinion on him. But Warnock, he knows the division. Rafa Benitez is another name. Yeah, I like Rafa. Yeah, I think he would demand respect from the get-go. He would demand absolute respect. But yeah, I really like Warnock. The here and now, if you wanted someone on a short-term contract to see us through the season, I think Lee Carsley's a bit of a gamble, to be honest. I don't see Lee Carsley being somebody that we could get in. I just don't see that being an option. But yeah, Graham Potter, he's got another job now. He's took the Sweden job, so he won't be the next manager at Southampton Football Club. Look, I think if they made this decision after the whole game, it would have been they would have gone back in for Danny Roll. There's like no doubt about it. They would have gone back down. But I do have a bit of breaking news, and I've only just read it. I've only just read this. Hence why the odds have massively been shortened. And it's from Alex Crook. Massive respect for Alex. I had the pleasure of meeting him a couple of times with a very good friend of mine that tunes into this channel. And led to believe, says Alex Crook, that a reappointing Russell Martin will be welcomed by senior Southampton players. And I said that, didn't I? I've already come out and said that, reappointing him. So I would imagine that there are people knocking on the door of the people upstairs, that Russell Martin would be welcomed back by the players. And it sounds like he is open to a move back to the club. So no wonder the odds have massively been shortened on Russell Martin. But Nathan Jones will be laughing at us right now. Oh, my word. It's going to be an absolute brutal couple of weeks. So how do I see it unraveling as I sort of like kind of bring some kind of conclusion to this episode, this show? I'm going to be putting quite a lot of content out over the next 48 hours. There's a few more bits I want to cover before I wrap this up. What do I want to wrap up? Nathan Wood yesterday's come out and apologised. Well done to him for coming out and apologised. Maybe go and do some work with the Saints Foundation, mate, would be fantastic. I'm sure your heart's in the right place. It's not nice to be called horrible things by people, and it's really easy not to snap. I had someone really nasty to me on X yesterday, like a horrible human, just nasty, and it's easy to snap. I actually DM'd him and said to him, come and say it to my face. Come and say it to my face. But people don't. People hide behind keyboards. They don't have their face. And people genuinely make me want to give this up sometimes. But the good, trust me, the good outweighs the bad, like by 1,000 to 1, 10,000 to 1 at this moment in time. But people are really, really, really nasty. But Nathan Wood probably took some really nasty abuse yesterday and bit. He shouldn't have done, but he did, and he's apologised. Well done to him for apologising. Nathan Wood's come out and apologised for that yesterday. Well done to him for coming out and apologising. But people, people can be really nasty at times. You have to be a bigger person. You do have to be a bigger person. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, not for me, really. Steve Bruce, not for me. I've heard Steve Bruce's name. Like a lot of people don't laugh off Alex Crook, but he is a really good reporter, no matter what people say about him. A really, really, really good reporter. Like, he is good. I'd love to do what he does and like have the contacts that he does and have that confidence on radio. Who said it on X? Do you know what the comment was too, actually? Like, I said that it was a large group of younger fans, kids, where Wood swore at yesterday, and the guy said to me on X, well, you would know where the kids are, wouldn't you, Martin? And I was so angry. I'm the dad of 2 girls, and my kids read all this stuff. It just really, really annoys me, angers me so much. But I will always rise above. And when 60,000 people tune into my channel over a weekend to watch my content, speaks enough. People can be very, very jealous. We will keep this going. And I hope to sit down with the next manager of this football club, and I hope to be at the next press conference when they announce this next manager. That will be my request to the football club. And there will be people tuning in to this channel from the football club right now. They watch this, they listen to it. And there's some great people inside that club as well. I know there's a lot of negativity towards the ownership group. And look, I don't think Dragon wants bad for the football club. He wants good for the football club. They just have to start making the right decisions. But some people have no class. I totally agree. Absolutely agree. And whoever was abusing Nathan Wood yesterday, it's not great. There's like he's abusing Nathan Wood in front of like 15, 20 kids, but vice versa. So the guy in the crowd's massively in the wrong. There's no need. But then you've also got him shouting back. So the pair of them are in the wrong. The big thing to do is just to rise above it and just be the bigger and the better person. And that's what I will always try to do. And that's what it is all about, trying to be a bigger and better person and be a decent human being. Talking about sacking, actually, and it kind of brought a lot back to me today. There's 618 of you in. And earlier on this year, I've not shared this story, but I'm going to share it right now because it feels the right time to do it. And we talk about sackings, and I was thinking about Will still tonight and thinking how Will would be feeling. And no matter what you say, he's a human being. He's got a wife who's comes across as really decent. And I sat with Will and I liked him. And he'll be hurting so much tonight. The first thing he did was go and unfollow his employer, his ex-employee. And that's exactly what I did when I was sacked earlier on this year. I was sacked from my job, actually. I was working in a company that I've been with for a long time. And I was sacked, actually, for the content that I produce on my channel. Didn't like it, but my boss prior to that had asked me to collaborate weeks before. The company was in a bit of financial difficulty at the time. And he obviously found it. I worked really hard. I had limited time off. Put a huge amount of effort into the business, and I was sacked. In a phone call that I actually recorded at the time, and I've listened to it a couple of times. It was fucking, excuse my language, it was heartbreaking. I shouldn't have said that word. It's absolutely heartbreaking, horrible how I was spoken to, and it really affected me. It took a little while to get over it, and actually, there was actually the way I had no contract of employment. I couldn't have been sacked. It was just a lawyer got involved really quickly for me and dealt with it very quickly. Company went into liquidation. Cut a long story short, I got what I was due, and rightly so. But the feeling in the weeks afterwards was horrible. Like I felt physically sick for such a long time. Like he's in a really fortunate position where we get a decent payout. But it's just the whole feeling and the emotion and everything you go through in those weeks afterwards. The people around you are so massive. Like they're massive. Like my girlfriend, she tunes into this and she'll be listening to this. She was absolutely immense, and I can't thank her enough for being there every single step of the way and just being there. And you need the right people around you when you get sacked. But yeah, horrible moment. There's a little bit of my story there for you. So yeah, horrible moments when you're sacked. Right, I didn't expect to share that story, but I thought, you know what? Put it out there. Put it out there. Would Frank Lampard come to us? No, no chance. I don't think he will. I don't think he'll leave Coventry at this moment in time. I just don't think he will do. Marcus Lieber, what a great guy, what a great family, true man, loved the club, saved the club. Everything about him was just immense. Just absolutely, just the best. I love this comment. Martin, just know that we are here enjoying your videos and enjoying a great source for me because you tell me the latest Saints news. And that is what I absolutely love doing. I do it for people like you and the people that tune in because you're absolutely immense. It's unbelievable. There's 619 people sat here live watching me talk about Saints. Mental. Absolutely mental. And I'll be live doing a watch along live actually on Wednesday night. I'm going to cover the QPR game. I won't be there. I tell you what I'm finding getting to games and back sometimes, the whole mental exhaustion of dealing with it. And now like I do this, a lot of people come over to you and talk to you and they want your opinions. Like my phone's ping today. Everybody wants to ask me my opinion and talk to me. And like, I love it. And I'll never ever take it for granted. Like never ever. From a TikTok video to thousands of people, tens of thousands of people tuning in. It is mentally exhausting. So I'm going to be at home this Wednesday night and I'm going to cover the game. And yeah, I can't wait to cover it from home and just enjoy myself. You recently did a cameo birthday for me. Oh yeah, I remember. Adam, I remember. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Hope you had a great time. Keep up. Yeah, thank you, mate. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Pete, thank you. Say hello to Sue for me as well. Say hello to Sue. Hope she is well and okay. Absolute legend. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, that's really kind. Really, really kind. I'm just a decent guy and I'll just say it how it is. I always try and be honest. I'm not for this one at all, by the way. Absolutely not for Sam Allardyce. Absolutely not. Martin currently 1-1. Yeah, I know. It's quite incredible, isn't it? Quite incredible. I really appreciate that, Boise. You're a great part of this channel. Absolutely phenomenal human being you are, my friend. Just going to read out a few more of your comments as we enter like the last sort of like 15 minutes of the show. If we do like an hour live, it's quite nice. Like I said, tomorrow we'll be back with some guests on the show as well. Really looking forward to bringing some guests on. I hear some absolutely bizarre names thrown around. I saw Ray Rooney in the comments box a minute ago. What do we have? Maybe we need you to come in, Martin. Oh, mate, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh, mate, you'd never turn down your opportunity to manage a club. Look, a lot of people say to me, will you work in the club one day? Would you work in the club? And yeah, I love to work at my club. I love doing this from the outside in, though. So, yeah, we will do a 606 style call in. It's something that maybe we'll look to do here on YouTube. It's difficult because you have to be really careful who you bring in because, like, it can really trash your reputation really quickly. So you need to vet people before you bring them onto a show. I've done a lot of it on TikTok, and though it was a success, it was negative for me in a lot of ways, and it brought me down a little bit because of the platform was a tough platform to do it on, and the people come on can be really nasty. And I'm just a human being at the end of the day, and when people are coming on and you let someone on and they're really freaking vile and they're trying to be clever, it's really difficult. So you have to get it right. That's really nice, Roy. And from somebody that I really respect, and I respect you, by the way, Roy, because you come on my channel a lot and you talk a lot of sense and you say it how it is and you're hard when you need to be hard. Mate, that means like a lot. So thank you, mate. I really, really appreciate that. Eric Ten Hag, he's an experienced manager, isn't he? Experienced manager, really experienced manager. I don't think he'd come here. I just don't think he'd come to Saints. I mean, I'm like, you're looking at the odds at this moment in time, and it's just unbelievable. Football is just unbelievable. I think you find that the players want Russell Martin back from what we're seeing. The players want Russell Martin back, and the players seem to have a big say at what goes on at this football club from what I'm seeing at this moment in time. Matchday Steve, great guy. The manager needs to have experience in this league. The problem is the recruitment has been terrible up to now. Keep up the good, Martin. We love watching your content. I'm looking forward to travelling to some games with you, Matchday Steve. Absolute legend. Nicola Cortese in upstairs. I don't think Franny Benali would like that one, nor Matt Letitia and some of the ex-players. He ruffled a few feathers when he was here on the South Coast. Mate, appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that. I just love Saints like you do. I'm just a fan that saw an opportunity to create channel, and I wanted to do Saints news, and I wanted to report on Saints. But I tell you what, I've not got an accreditation. I don't have a sponsor, and to do this content like I want to do is really hard because I don't get a press. I don't get access to the press box. I'm trying to create content in amongst the fans, and I want to do it. I want to interview weekly. I want to have a sponsor that this channel is powered by Peter Cooper Motors or wherever it may be, and be able to give up my job and do this full time because there's absolutely a space for it, for me to do it. Gareth Southgate, watch this space. Oh, be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Thank you. Appreciate it. I really appreciate it. What can we do, mate, to help it? For me, the biggest thing now to take the channel to the next level, to become an independent sitting outside the club like BBC do, like the Echo do, to report on Saints properly. Because people say to me, you're being very naive by just focusing on Saints. And maybe I am, but that is what I love. I love this club. Like, as much as anything, the only thing I love more than the club is my girlfriend and my 2 kids, and my mum and my dad, my parents. Then it's the club. I love the club, and I like being independent. So I don't want to be a mouthpiece for anybody, but I want to report on the club professionally and properly and balanced, and do it in a way that's professional. The only way to do that as an independent is to have sponsors, big sponsors. So that's what I need to do. But it's time to go out and do that. I work in a school for 20 hours a week. I work doing a part-time job, freelancing to another company. And I have limited time to go out and really push it and pursue it. But I want to become the ultimate fan channel for this football club and be somebody that that you all turn to. Right. Yeah, get your memberships as well. That makes a big difference as well. So yeah, I've gone on a lot tonight. Mate, I'm loving your content. Can't wait to meet you next Saturday against Sheffield Wednesday. Love hearing your insight. Love your positivity. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. A lot of people want Ralph Hasenhüttl. This was a good moment, actually. We should talk about this. You've just brought back some really good memories, actually. And I'll tell you, I'll never forget the moment, actually, when Glenn Hoddle was appointed the Saints manager, sacked as the England manager after the 1998 World Cup. And yeah, and then him becoming the Saints manager was surreal, really. Dave Jones at the time was put on gardening leave and proven not guilty later on in life. And at the time, the judgment was all wrong. But the appointment of him was really, really pivotal, actually. Like really, really pivotal, because he come in at a time when we were struggling and he got the best out of a team that was quite average. And Joe Tessum will be a great one to speak about. He really got the best out of Joe. Joe Tessum was a real pivotal part of his team. And I tell you what, Jones was treated terribly, but I loved our time under Glenn. We played some great football. Some of the best football I saw us play at the Dow after Alan Ball. He was brilliant. And what he got out of the players, got us organised. Marion was good in that team. Let me know if you remember that time. But I've got to say, need a glass of water. He was brilliant. Absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, someone else just said about Dave Jones. Treated awfully, wasn't he, Pete? Like so bad. Like so bad. These are great comments. Yeah. And Hoddle, just the first opportunity to jump ship, to go back to the club that he loved. And yeah, totally and utterly, yeah, shat on us. Who are the guests tomorrow? Charlie and Ellie. Ellie, you will see a lot more on this channel moving forward, by the way. I've not really announced it, but Ellie, that you will see on the channel a lot, will be involved a lot more on match day. She will be doing some of the post-match reaction for me. She will be taking the mic and she will be leading a bit of it. I will be on a panel, and the panel, controversial Chris, we want in and around it a little bit more as well. Her dad as well is absolutely phenomenal. So there will be some great guests involved, like on post-match reaction. But if you want to come and have your say on the channel, there is always opportunities to come and have your say. That's for sure. What's my goal? To become full-time, to do it day in, day out, to report on every single Southampton story, to go to every single presser from the club, to have myself getting interviews with the manager, the players, and somebody on the outside doing all the fan reaction, i.e. Ellie and the likes of Boise, and absolutely bring in premium content is what I want, to be the best. That is the best. I'm really ambitious, like really. I don't want Adam Blackmore. He is phenomenal, Adam Blackmore. His knowledge of the club is unbelievable. And I want to just keep getting knowledge. I want to commentate. I want to be able to commentate. But I love to have the opportunity to speak to Adam more. I really love him. I love him as a person. I respect him massively. And just love to, I love to, him and the likes of Alfie, to learn from them, to be in the press box sometimes with them, to be in a press conference with them. When I sat in there the other week with them, was just surreal moment, but brilliant. What else do we have? But yeah, Blackmore's superb. But right, what do we have? Jason Davenport's in the live. I think we need a fresh manager. There's a reason why we didn't. Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree. There's so much great conversation. Saints fan, controversial Chris is a goat. I will get him on the channel this week. Absolutely. Yeah, he'd be phenomenal. I love the Dow. Somebody said about the Dow earlier on. Oh, Phil, my man. Phil Osgood, mate. Thank you. Means a lot, you doing that. And do you know what? A little something like that makes this channel go so much further. It's something that goes towards little things that everybody doesn't see, new cameras, and little things just to make this channel so much better. Stay independent, Martin, and do not be mainstream. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I want to be, independent, but doing it phenomenally well. Not working for a corporation, because there's a huge upturn in YouTubers. Massive space for it. Alan Shearer, nah, he's never coming here, mate. Never, ever. Tell you what, I've absolutely loved this live. It's been phenomenal. It's been therapeutic. It's helped me massively as well. Tell you what, do me a big favour. If you've got a Southampton fan or football friend, just please go and share it with them. Share this content. And do you know what? Go and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, that is the aim. That is the aim. Absolutely. Thank you very much. That's very, very kind, Joe. I really appreciate that. Absolutely. Massively appreciate that. The super likes and the super chat go a long way. So I'll tell you what I will do is during the international break, a couple of things coming up on the channel. I'm going to ask a couple of ex-pros whether they come on. Whether they say yes or no is another matter. And I will also do a Saints quiz with Saint Adam at some stage as well. Yeah, I'm always around the chapel. Absolutely around the chapel. Thanks, Caroline. Really appreciate it. How many more managers will Southampton have? Nathan Jones, Russell Martin, even Juric, Will Steele, all failures. I wouldn't say Russell was a failure. That's really kind, Saints Bins. Means a lot. Goes a long way. Amazing. Thank you so much, Matthew Kemp. Look, I don't think Russell was a terrible appointment. It's their best appointment. Because he was the manager for that time, there and then, and he got us out of that division, and he brought us together. I would have loved to interviewed him. And I hopefully get that opportunity one day. Could love to talk to him because he fascinates me as a guy. Really appreciate that. Very, very kind of you. How do we fix the divide? Yeah, it's a really difficult one. How do you fix the divide between the fans and the club? I think it's really difficult. And the next appointment will go a long way to doing that. But really and truly, it will come down to results. Right, there's super chats going crazy here. Look, this is insane, guys. Thank you so much. Gordon, mate, thank you. That means a lot. It means that, like, it goes a long way. But I will, every single penny that I make via it's an ad revenue or somebody gives me on here goes towards making this channel better. And that is what it is all about, making this channel better. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate it. Very kind of you. Oh, yeah, mate. I know exactly. Thank you so much. Really, I'm just myself. And yeah, I'm blown away by the support on this channel. It's just insane. It is absolutely insane. All the super chats and likes tonight is just unbelievable. I will keep the channel going. Though I had a moment last night, when I got in and I read that comment on X from a horrible account. And then the guy's offering out to meet me at 2:30 outside the Ted Bates. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't lower myself to it, first and foremost. I don't do, never done confrontation face to face with anybody in my life. I'm not interested in it. I've never got involved in a fight in all my life, and I wouldn't do now. The one thing I would do is anyone that confronts me, take a picture, and yeah, if you do anything nasty, go to the right relevant people at the football club. But no, I had a moment yesterday. I was like, do you know what? What's the point? And I was walking in Greg's yesterday, and there's two like guys, you know, all wear the Burberry scarves, like arms out, you know, giving it the big one. I got to give the story, you know, Football Martin. And as I walk out the door, still eat babies, because that's what they all say. It's like, do me a favour, say it to my face, mate. Yeah, get them wound up again now. Right, thanks so much for these. Absolutely insane, amazing stuff. Jamie, thank you very, 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 very much indeed. This all means a huge amount to me. It makes a massive difference. Like I say, I want to make this channel the best, and I think we are going a long way to doing it. Actually, the next big thing is to do watch along lives in a really, really good way. You know, like when you watch Mark Goldbridge and a lot of these creators, they have like this, they have this really good platform, and it brings in all the in-game statistics and like updates the score. It gives you the time of the game and everything like that. I want to do that. But the only way to do it is spend £400 a month to do it. I'm like, where am I finding 400 quid a month to do it? It's just impossible unless I can find somebody that wants to become a supporter of the channel. Thanks, Caroline. The one thing I do now is I don't take my daughters to games anymore, because it isn't worth them hearing their dad get abused. It's just not worth it. But you have to take the rough with the smooth by doing this. I've put myself out there. I've created this. However, I didn't mean to create it, but I have created it. It wasn't a plan. It's just happened. So it's here, and I've done it, and I've got to get on with it now. So here we are. Thank you for everything you do. I've been having a lot of schoolwork recently, but your content always keeps me level-headed. Thank you, Adam. That's really kind, mate. You're a great lad, by the way. So thank you very, very much indeed. Really kind of you. James, keep up keep it up, mate. Your content is #1 Saints legend. Thanks, mate. I really, really appreciate that, James. Carlos Corberan jumping off. Yeah, he was spoken about before. Wasn't he? Josh, they could have as many chances as they want, and we can chant as much as we want to get them out. But until there's a buyer that's willing to buy it, it's not happening. It's just not happening. I've written to him. Red Funnel. Thank you, Kian. Thank you, mate. Red Funnel, a good shout. I've written to him about 3 times. Not even bothered responding, because I could give all their news on what's happening, offers, sailings, everything. But no. Just do it. Just say hello. Just say hello. Just do it. Just do it. Just say hello, please. No, I totally agree. I totally and utterly agree. No, we'll do my best. I don't think it'd be Frank, Steve. I'll be honest. I don't think it'd be Frank. I don't think it'd be Frank at all. I don't think it will be. We'll catch up on it all tomorrow. What I will do is say to you, stay tuned to the channel. We'll be back live tomorrow, a bit of a fans forum tomorrow, and we'll break it down in a bit more detail on the channel with some fans. And yeah, we'll see who the latest odds are. People will be texting me left, right, and centre tomorrow, give me all the lowdowns and stuff. Yeah, that would be Adam. I will give them a go, mate. I will give them a go. If Musk bought the club, I was thinking about buying a Tesla the other week. I really want to buy one of those cars. Can't afford one, but thanks, mate. That's really kind of you. Really, really kind of you. I'm always shouting them out. Yeah, you're right, Caroline. I always mention Red Funnel, filming it when I get on the boat. Mate, I can't. I can't do it anymore because someone would be horrible and say something nasty, and I don't care if I'm with my daughters or not. And to be fair, like, they're just not that they fell out of love with it. It's just I can't do it. I just can't do it. It's a really difficult thing, really, taking my kids anymore. But like, I started off just doing some TikTok videos, started doing a bit of YouTube. I didn't expect it to blow up, but it did. So yeah, it's my own fault. So I just get on with it. But it is what it is. But hopefully somewhere along the line I can maybe do some hospitality and take him to a game in hospitality. I need to find a way to fund that. But I'd love to take him to a game, and yeah, I'll take him to hospitality. I feel quite emotional. I feel quite emotional tonight. This has been amazing. Ben's here. Ben's a legend. Thanks, Ben. I wonder if he will. I think it's a good point, mate. I think it's an interesting point. Will he come? Will he come sniffing? Yeah, I think he might do. You never know. He was interested. Yeah. I'm tired. I'm drained. I'm going to wrap it up there. I've really, really enjoyed this. I really, really enjoyed it. It's been good therapy. It's been a great live. I will do more live streams over the coming days. Get involved in the conversation below. I will break it all down across the channel with updates as it goes. Stay tuned. I will notify you when I'm going live tomorrow. There will be that 30-minute thing that YouTube do. So if you go to the homepage and you select the notifications, it will give you that opportunity to know when I'm live. And it gives you 30 minutes before I go live. So do that and you'll know when I'm live tomorrow. So it's been amazing. Thank you very much indeed. See you again soon.